So Hot Takes, the hottest sports betting podcast on the planet.
I'm Sean.
I'm Luke.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome back to Not So Hot Takes, college football edition. What are we at? Week 13?
13.
Damn.
Week 13.
This year's
Damn,
flying
dude.
by,
The lucky
man.
week.
We're almost to the vaunted week that ends the year that I can't pronounce because I sound like I have a speech impediment every time I try to say it. Anyone
Try to
else want to
say
say it? I'm not saying it. Someone else say it.
Rivalry week?
Yeah. there-
Rivalry week.
I can't say it. Rival. No, I'm not.
We'll
doing it.
whittle going into
I'm
rivalry
not-
week.
I'll say it next week when it actually is. but-
Whittle going into rivalry
What do we? I think I'm having a great time talking football. Here we are, week 13. It's getting interesting. We're getting deep in the year. Teams making statements, trying to cement their spot in the new 12-team playoff, which I think we'll all have some comments about. I have some comments about this week.
I have some
I don't think I had any last week, but I'm gonna have some this week, and they're not positive. I'll just say that. But we'll start it off with a little recap. I'll go first. 4-1 for your boy. Well, 3-1 plus my dog of the week. Start during the week. You guys heard it here first. You heard it after the win. He's just a kid from Akron. They're just a team from Akron, and they're just a team that covered 15.5. Plus 15.5. Akron at NIU. They lost by 13. I sweated it out during the NFL episode. I cheered about it during the college football episode. Always good starting the week 1-0. So next up, I had Florida plus 4.5. I know some person had that as well. DJ Lagway, he can ball, man. He can ball.
Baller.
Brian Kelly.
Garrett Esmar sucks,
Ooh.
dude.
Ooh, Brian Kelly, get ready to learn carousel.
Chinese, buddy.
Dude, he needs to be put in, what do they call it? Solitary confinement.
Nursing home?
No, he should have been publicly executed on the field during halftime. That was atrocious.
They're not firing him though. They got that number one. They got that number one recruit. They can't fire him now, or else he
Even
might
though
take
Michigan
Michigan's
offered him
$10 million
$10
offer. Yeah,
Dude, they had a 4th and 1, and
Bryce Underwood, I think is his name.
yeah, he's a hooper.
you could have QB sneaked it, and he just sits there, tries to get a jump, but then gets a delay of game. No, he calls timeout and then gets a delay of game, and then they punt. Incredible. In the first quarter.
It's called big brain.
It's
But,
not.
my next bet, Kansas State minus 7.5. Never had an inkling of a shot.
No.
Yeah, this game was on, and UFC was on, and I am proud to say that we were watching the UFC. We weren't watching that game.
Oh, incredible fights, too.
Yeah. Michael Chandler, entertainer of the year, man. He
Yeah.
didn't win, but goddamn, were we out of our seats, man.
Calling out McGregor.
that was
And then John
that was-
Jones obliterated Stipe's rib.
Yeah.
Just completely. Did he end up breaking his rib? I didn't even look.
They were saying, yeah, I think he did, but
He had to have.
He did other stuff too.
Dude, you heard it. All you heard was,
Yeah,
and he went down.
It was fun. Kansas State, not fun. Did not cover. Did not win. They are cooked. And then lastly, fellas,
So
can I get a salute for the troops, man? Shout out the Air Force. Leave the damn points at the door. The troops don't need points. They don't need it. Dog of the week, plus 145, plus 4.5. You know what they won? 28-0.
I don't know.
The Beavers didn't even have to show up. They scored as many points as if they weren't even there. We scored as many points as the Beavers. We kind of look like them in these jerseys right now. Shout out the Air Force, man. Shout out to Paul Skeens.
Great mustache. Great awards.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year. His Falcons brought us home. Shout out the Falcons, man. I'm not talking Pennsbury.
Shout out
Who
Joe
wa-
Paisley.
Who wants to go second?
Luke, go ahead.
I can roll through. I went 4-2 this week in college football. So I'm just gonna stay on a heater through the college football. I took Kansas plus 3.5. You can leave the points at the door. Took I wouldn't say a beat down. It was 17-13. So but
One possession.
They got that pooch punt, dude. Can we talk about that pooch punt? Luke,
Yeah.
did you see it? Oh my God! So Kansas, they're on the 35, the 40 with like 10 minutes left. it's like 4th and 8, and they're going for it, and their quarterback takes a step back, punch the ball, but BYU's running man coverage, so the wide receiver's running a go route, and BYU's covering the go route, and the pooch punt hits the dude in the forehead, and Kansas recovers at like the 5-yard line, scores the game-winning touchdown. If that's not Big 12 football, I don't know what is. I think
love Big 12
I
football.
see people calling it America's Conference. It might be after that. That was electric. Sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to
Yeah,
shout
you're
that
good.
out.
Shout out Jalen Daniels.
Dude, he's hooping
Then I had, yeah, he is. He's balling right now.
more than Jaden.
Then I had.
Sorry,
They got the wrong one, man.
Yeah.
they switched bodies. Freaky
Send them
Friday.
back.
Freaky Friday. Sorry, keep getting the ball.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Luke.
Then I had Tennessee plus 10.5. I guess Carson Beck remembered how to play football for a week. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, those points that Kansas left at the door, give them to Tennessee, man. They need them. They need them.
Dude, oh my god, that was bad. Then I had Florida plus 4.5 and the under 54.5. Again, that total had no business being that high. That game walked out exactly how I thought it was going to be. Dumb turnovers by LSU. The season was kind of over, not really playing for anything. Walk in your trap, get fucking stomped in your trap at the swamp. I'm a genius. I see the future. South Carolina minus 12.5. This game was so.
Didn't see the future of that one.
that boy went to the past.
This game was so fun. There were
What
so
year
many
is it?
opportunities.
That game was electric.
It was electric. But that game had so many opportunities for them to cover, and it just Missouri kept finding a way. I don't really know how to explain it. I guess Missouri fucking figured out how to play football, and again, I'm not going to get into the playoff ranking with them right now. But,
We'll get there. We'll get
we'll
there.
talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about them. Don't worry.
Then I had Nebraska plus 8.5. One on the hook there. I mean that game goes. I'll talk about that in a second and lead into one of my picks for this week. But I mean, they're like 2 or 3 different calls away from winning that game. There were so many DPIs, they're like defensive holdings that weren't called. Like
that PI in the end zone. Oh my god, or non-PI.
Horrendous. Yeah, horrendous. There's a couple different ways that game goes, and but one on the hook, 8.5 points is a lot of points for 2 teams that are pretty evenly matched. Again, it was on the hook, so like fucking Vegas got their line right, but overall, can't complain. 4-2, ain't mad at it, cuh.
I think that.
And then I also hit my dog of the week. With Florida. When they can leave them fucking 4.5 points at the door, kicking Brian Kelly's shit in. So, go Gators, baby, go Gators.
I'll roll through mine. I have 2-2-1, so not terrible. The Fighting Farmers are back, baby. They're back. Covered the -3. I wasn't really worried in this game. That game was they were up by 10 the entire game, pretty much. Colorado -11.5. Another easy win. Prime time. It's prime time. He's going to probably the Las Vegas Raiders. But BYU handed their first loss, like Sean said. I couldn't watch the game, but that's brutal. Most brutal way to lose. Houston forgot how to play football. I don't even think they were playing football. I think they were out there. I don't even know what. They were doing something, picking daisies.
Getting stomped by Arizona.
27-3, dude.
Damn.
Insane. And then JMU, of course, -3. It pushes. They're up by 6. And Georgia State decides to just kick a bullshit field goal.
No. They were up by 11 with 20 seconds left.
Right, yeah.
And they scored, and the team went for 2.
I got it.
It was Old Dominion.
Yeah, Old Dominion, excuse me. I don't know why I said
Shout out
State.
Ricky Ronnie, former Penn State offensive coordinator. He was terrible here, but
Ricky Ronnie can go get hit by a milk truck.
Okay.
And then my dog of the week, Tennessee lost. Carson Beck knows how to play football apparently, and Tennessee just forgot this week, so the stars aligned for them to lose. I really like that, dude. I thought Tennessee was going to win that game outright, and then Carson Beck looks good. Tennessee looks like they're getting off to a slow start. So,
all right. Well, I guess we saved the worst for last. So, kind of on a downward swing, we got to bring it back up. Let's talk about some college football playoff rankings. They were released. Quick little. let me pull them up again. Just a little reminder for myself and for the.
I got it right here. I got
All
it
right,
right
yeah.
here.
Why don't you read through the top 12 right now?
So the top 12, we got Oregon at number 1. Number 2, we got Ohio State. Number 3, we got Texas. Number 4, we got Penn State. Number 5, we got Indiana. Number 6, we got Notre Dame. Number 7, we got Alabama. Number 8, we got Miami. Number 9, we have Ole Miss. Number 10, we have Georgia. Number 11, we have Tennessee. Number 12, we have Boise State. And that leaves Tennessee on the outside looking in, and SMU is the next team out. They have currently projected Boise State as the 4 seed, being the highest ranked conference winner out of the Mountain West Conference after BYU dropped their game. So a lot of stuff shook up this week. My first gripe isn't even in the top 12. It's the fact that Missouri's still fucking ranked.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That shit's so stupid. They should. I mean, I don't know if it's just because they're like after the top 14, the shit doesn't matter. So like, let's just leave Missouri ranked. They lost to a good South Carolina team. And then my only next thing is that like I think Colorado definitely can flip the switch and win their conference and get an outright bid if Boise State starts to slack. If Colorado wins out, and Texas, you guys are gonna like me as some Penn State fans here, but I think Texas and Penn State fall in the same category of your schedule. I don't know because it's only weird to me because I don't know how the playoff views why they fucking rank teams. Do they rank them off of strength of schedule? Do they rank them just purely off of record?
It's everything.
Because Texas has played fucking nobody. Their highest win at this point is fucking Vandy whenever they were ranked, and they got dog walked
By
Georgia.
3. They beat Vandy by 3.
And no hate to Penn State, but you guys haven't played anybody either. And the only good team you've played has been Ohio State, which if you don't score a pick 6, then you get dog walked at home. So,
Illinois is ranked.
Yeah.
Great team.
Whatever.
25.
So I don't know. I mean, again, this is going to change vastly in the next 2 weeks. When rivalry week happens this week, Texas still has to play Texas A&M. That's going to shake some things up. I mean, I think Texas A&M could end up making it in if they win that game. I think if Tennessee wins out, they could end up making it in. Ole Miss has, not a cakewalk with Florida this week, but not an easy game either. Indiana and Ohio State, the game this week. I think if you're an SEC fan, any SEC people listening to this, you want Indiana to lose that game because then most likely they're probably going to be bounced because they haven't really played anybody. And then that'll allow SEC to probably sneak a 5th team into the playoff. And so in the next 2 weeks, this is going to change a lot. We're going to bitch about it here for 2 weeks. Indiana has the caveat of being able to bitch about not being ranked over Ohio State because they're undefeated in the Big Ten, but they play the bottom 6 teams. So they have their flowers right now to bitch, but after this week, they're probably not going to be able to bitch.
Yeah, my gripe with this whole thing is as much as I love BYU, I mean, I'm looking at arguably 4 teams that shouldn't even be in the playoffs over Tennessee, over Colorado even. I mean, like, BYU is slated to play Ohio State as we look at it right now and then play Boise State. Like, that's a cakewalk to semifinals for Ohio State. Ohio State plays BYU, then plays Boise State. Penn State. You have Penn State, Georgia, first round slated right now, but then they play Miami. Miami goes against a half-decent defense. They fall apart.
That's the stupid playoff that everybody wanted.
I still love
stupid rules.
I love the playoff because you're going to see teams that never get to play each other. That's why I love it. Indiana's going to get dog walked by Ole Miss. I think the Ole Miss Texas game would look good. And Notre Dame, Alabama.
That's in Bloomingfield.
Yeah,
Bloomingdale's.
Yeah. And then Notre Dame, Alabama would be an electric game. And you have Alabama go to Notre
Alabama's
Dame.
going to dog walk them like they did in 2009.
I don't know, but I just have a gripe that
2012 or
I'm not
whatever it
seeing
was.
Tennessee or Colorado in here, but I'm seeing Indiana and BYU. I think
Again, that's all going to change. BYU's not in right now. BYU's out.
they're
BYU's
in right now.
They're out.
They're the
Well,
They're
last
not in
seed.
the playoff.
They're the automatic qualifier.
They're not, no, they're not.
Yeah,
Yes, they are. They're the 12 seed. I'm looking at it.
They're the
right
automatic
now.
qualifier.
They would play Ohio
yeah,
State
yeah,
Because
right.
of these
round
stupid
one.
automatic bids. The automatic bid was
Yeah,
the dumbest thing they ever
It
implemented
should
into this
be.
thing.
It should be the top 4.
Colorado's
conference
going
and
to
then-
jump them.
No, it
teams.
shouldn't be conference winners at all. You should just earn your way in by being in the top 12.
I like the group of 5. The only one that I like is the group of 5. It just happens that Boise State is like really good, is actually decent in the highest ranked conference winner. But I like the group of 5 only because, not saying that a group of 5 is ever going to win the Natty, but it gives you a chance for a group of 5 team to somehow we see a major upset of like a group of 5 team beating like a Tennessee or like something like that. Like it's that I like the group. The group of 5 is the only automatic qualifier that I like.
I completely disagree. I think the group of 5 is the dumbest thing they've ever done because
I think it's great.
I think it would be once every 20 years. This isn't college. This isn't basketball. Like football, if you're just more talented than a team, like, and you're just bigger, stronger, faster, you're just going to beat the living. I don't. Boise State getting one of the top 4 seeds and getting a bye would be one of the worst things that could happen in this playoff, like physically possible. Because the SEC will secede from the NCAA. They will start their own thing. I like. There's no way you think that they're going to be happy that Tennessee will get left out, but Boise State will get a bye through the first round and get to play in one of the quarterfinals automatically. It's one of the automatic qualifiers is simply one of the dumbest things because group of 5 teams, they wouldn't be not allowed to make the playoffs. They would just simply have to be good enough to make the playoffs. What's ever been wrong with just making teams play well enough to make it? Boise State right now would make it, which is fine. But they would be the 12 seed where they belong, not the goddamn 4 seed and getting a bye while a team like Ohio State has to play a first round game. Plus, it sets up for these teams that don't earn their way to the top. So like the 5 seed is simply the best place to be in this entire playoff because of the stupid automatic qualifiers. You get to play the worst team out of everyone in the first round, and then the second round you get to play the worst of the conference champions, which is every single year will most likely be the Big 12 or even worse, the group of 5 school. Ohio State would walk into the semifinal. And it's completely the fault of these automatic qualifiers. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Just make teams earn it. This isn't a 64 team tournament.
If we're gonna do an automatic qualifier, it should be between the only 4 automatic qualifiers is the winner of the Big 12, winner of the SEC, winner of the Big 12, and the winner of the ACC. Those should be the 4. It should just be the 4 Power 4 conferences right now.
People
argue it doesn't matter. Those are the 4 biggest conferences. Those should be it should just be the best 4, and it should be the winner of whoever hoists the trophy at the end of the year for those 4 conferences should be the top 4 teams.
I just think you just make them earn it. Like just take the automatic qualifier. To me, that's my opinion.
I like the automatic qualifier
opinion.
though because it shakes everybody.
I like the group of
but it just puts worse teams in the playoff.
I like the group of 5 right now because Boise State is paving the way for group of 5 teams to be able to go out and get big recruits. Because it's like,
is it or is it just paving the way to like all these Power 5 teams saying, "Hey, they're pretty good. We're just going to go get all their players and all their coaches."
No. Those players are gonna show out because what's gonna happen is Boise State's gonna have for first time in a long time of Ashton Jeanty is gonna be a top 5 pick probably this year. In my projections, I think he's gonna be a top 5 pick. It's gonna pave the way for these players to be like, the only problem with the Mountain West Conference is what we're seeing right now with Ashton Jeanty slipping in a little bit of some of the Heisman rankings is that they play at 10 p.m. at night. Nobody's fucking watching those games.
Yeah.
And so what's happening is that's really the only gripe with some of these recruits that are getting recruited by these Mountain West. Not that they're not able to go to a big Power 4 school, but because they're playing it, so they're not getting any readies. They're not getting the looks that they're getting. Some of these other guys are getting.
Yeah, but real quick,
what's gonna happen? But I like the paving the way for the future like big stars to come in. Like what we first saw was when Travis Hunter originally went to like Jackson State and to play for Dion. Then Dion went to Colorado. Colorado was a dumpster fire, but still in a Power 4 school. And then now we're going to start seeing a lot of big recruits going to a school like Boise State or going to a school like Liberty or going to a school where these guys are like, hey, we still have a chance. This playoff is giving us an opportunity to compete nationally in front of millions of people every year.
I completely disagree, but that's just my opinion. I think that you tell me right now, if Boise State makes the playoff and they're the 12 seed and they have to go to Ohio State, what is the line? Because I think it would be like minus 24.
No.
Boise State at Ohio State?
Ohio State would put 60 on them.
I would say minus 8.5 to minus 10.
No,
it's more than that.
Yes.
It's more than that.
I think it'd be
They're
like
minus 13.5 against Indiana. You're telling me Boise better than Indiana?
I would say Boise. I think Boise State would beat.
You're
Indiana
smoking crack. You're
they're both
smoking crack.
fraudulent.
You're smoking
I
crack.
think, Boise State would. I love Indiana. I've rode Indiana all year long, but I think Boise State would beat Indiana.
You are smoking.
They're fraudulent,
crack.
dude.
You're smoking crack.
We're gonna see.
I completely disagree.
We literally right now, if this was the playoffs, we would see. Yes.
We haven't even gone over our picks this week, and there's so many things I want to say about our picks.
We're gonna talk. We have time. We have time. All we have is time. I also do one more thing before we move on. SMU's above BYU, and BYU beat SMU this year.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
That makes sense.
We want to explain that. That's. I feel like that's universally accepted. That what the fuck.
Yeah.
I would say the seedings are a little weird, but I do like the way it's set up.
I'm excited for Clemson, South Carolina next week, though.
That game's gonna be electric. But let's talk about this week. Let's talk about this week, and let's start in Columbus, Ohio, with the world famous Buckeyes. I hate when
Bro, those tickets are low key cheap as hell to go to that game.
Yeah, well, I think it's 13.5 now. Big noon kickoff. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
The Hoosiers go into Columbus, into the shoe.
Yeah.
What are we thinking, fellas?
Dude, I don't know. But I don't know because the only thing, well, for one, so Ohio State's starting center just tore his Achilles on Monday or Tuesday.
He did.
Dude, their offensive line is so banged up.
It is.
I don't know. I would take Kellen Rourke over Will Howard right now. I think that they have. I think that is an edge that they have. Ohio State has better running backs and wide receivers. I don't 13.5 just isn't a number. I know it was at 12.5 for like the longest time. It opened at 9.5.
Yeah.
Last week when I was looking through the bets on FanDuel, shout out, no free shoutouts. It had it at I could bet it at 9.5, and so I'm kind of pissed that I didn't because I think I was on the phone with Sam actively saying like I think I should just bet this now because this line's going to change. I don't know. I could see Ohio State coming out and putting up like 31 on them. I could also see Indiana taking it to the wire. I don't think Indiana's going to win this game, but I don't know if Ohio State's going to win it by 2 touchdowns. I don't know though. Like, because then I'm just like, the more I think about it, I'm like, I think Ohio State could just donkey stomp them, especially at home. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm tore up.
Do you think Boise State would have a chance in this game?
I think Boise State might possibly have a better chance than Indiana would in this game. I said might possibly.
I'm with you here. I have no idea. I kind of want to be on the right side of history here and say I think this game might be kind of ugly like the Penn State game a little bit. But then again, it's in Columbus. I have no idea. I think Indiana puts up a good fight. I think they're a little overinflated. Ohio State, just a little. Indiana is kind of, everyone's on their ass, like say, oh, they're great. And then I think Ohio State, that line's a little overinflated. Indiana's also off a bye, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this Will Howard. And Indiana, I think, needs to keep this close because even if they do lose and then they blow everybody else out, they have a chance to sneak in. If
Indiana doesn't win this game, they're getting bounced. If Indiana doesn't win this game, they're getting bounced.
Should.
The only reason they will get bounced is if it's a blowout. But if they're stacking them up against 2 SEC teams that have 2 losses and say, okay, well, they only lost by 3 to Ohio State. They only lost by 4 to Ohio State like Penn State did. They will sneak in.
Yeah, but what's the second argument? Because there is none.
That's it.
If
they keep it close to OSU, and
but
still
all
lose,
these, like Tennessee would say, okay, we beat Bama, and then Indiana would be like, oh yeah, well we beat Michigan by 6 at home, and then it's like, okay, well Tennessee's more deserving. That's what it should be to me.
But that's not how they look at it. They're idiots. I don't know. I really do like 13.5. I mean, it's a lot of points.
Yeah, I liked it. I kind of the same way as Weaver, but I didn't check it till later. I saw it at like 11. And I still kind of liked Ohio State in that aspect. I think that being at home, they're fired up. Losing that center is a big deal, though, because he's a big-time player. So I'm probably just going to stay away and watch and be sad that the game matters.
I'm going to be with a group of people. I'm going to be with a group of huge Ohio State fans on Saturday, and I don't know if I feel comfortable having skin in the game, being invited to their backyard bash to watch this game. Yeah. I feel like that'd be a little rude of me.
I'm probably just gonna root for
Especially 'cause
Penn State to run out and beat both teams at the same time.
as an SEC fan, like I said, I in my heart I want Indiana to lose because then that league it's most likely going to give some space for an SEC team like Texas A&M or something.
You're one of those. Oh, you're gonna chant SEC. Come on, your team's what 4-6, man.
Come on, dude.
Man,
Root for the
Vanderbilt.
Come on.
this week.
You lost to Vanderbilt, dude.
You act like that's our
Next
worst
year's our
loss.
year.
Yeah.
Next year's our year, man.
Fair. Well,
No, our worst loss is probably Cal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
man.
our
They
worst
look great.
Or like Arkansas, just because or Oklahoma because of how the game went.
Oh my god. I'm so happy I was at a wedding during that game. I probably would have punched the television.
But all right, we'll move on. No skin in that game, but we're all gonna be tuning in. Another interesting game. Ooh,
Ding.
something must be going on in this game. Jackson Dart is leading the running Rebs into the swamp. The swamp. The Gators. They just ate some tigers. Will they chomp again? I think it's at like 10.5 now, which is insane.
Yeah, that's
It was at
Yeah.
9 flat earlier today.
I think it's at 10.5,
That's insane.
which is
Yeah.
it's a lot of points, but it's also a
10
much.
and a half,
It is.
55 and a half.
it's at
over
10.5.
I think
10
Ole
and a
Miss.
half.
Ole Miss is off a bye, right? I'm pretty sure,
Ole Miss is off a bye.
Yes.
and they're still playing for their lives. I know that the last game they had was a huge win, and it would have been a letdown spot, but with that bye week,
They
there's
are still playing for their lives.
It's an Ole Miss spot, but 10.5 is a lot of points against a team that's playing.
This is an Ole Miss spot for them to fucking lose. Like this is a typical Lane Kiffin L. Like
It is a
has
Lane
written all
Kiffin
over
L
it.
spot. You're right. But like in a typical
But
like just across the board, it feels like a spot where like a team is still desperate and they understand because this is like their all in year, man. Like Dart's gone after this year, I'm pretty sure, right?
yeah,
So like they
Yeah,
have
he's
to
gone.
win this year. Like they understand that like this is like all in. They're not going to take a game off after losing 2 of them already. But it's still Lane Kiffin.
I feel like
Tough environment.
I think it's looking like 10 and a half is way too many points to cover, but they're gonna sneak away with a win. Like they're gonna get beat up and get out of there with a win.
it's gonna be. I think if they win, it's gonna be ugly. I don't.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like Florida just kind of went to war. They kind of got their win of like, okay, Billy. Like all the fans are kind of looking at themselves like, okay, Billy Napier's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
kind of spot. So it's like I don't know, they kind of like, oh shit, we beat ranked LSU, and now it's kind of like, oh well, where's right out the rest of the season. But again, that's the type of spot that Lane Kiffin usually kind of like fucks around and finds out about. And again, going into this swamp, like I don't know, man. That 10, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's gonna be fun.
I don't know, man.
It's gonna be fun.
I feel like Florida's the right side though. Like we're saying, I think they're going into Florida too.
Yeah, definitely tune into the pod. I think if this game, tune into the Twitter. I think if this game goes up any more points, I'm probably going to take Florida.
Yeah.
10.5 though is kind of the number you. Like,
I was gonna say,
you
no
kinda get
way
the
it goes more, right?
It might drop
Like
back
10
down.
10
to be
and a
honest
half.
with you.
10.5, 9.5, like those options where it kind of gives you those typical lines.
Yeah.
Of, like, beating
I
a
would.
team
I
like
wouldn't
that.
be surprised to see it butt down a little bit.
Well, because I think people were probably slamming Ole Miss 9 or 8.5 at the beginning.
Plus,
of the week.
I think the late public is going to be all over Florida after a huge win, and now they're at home again.
A lot of people are gonna like us, kind of like they just scrolling on their phone late at night on FanDuel or DraftKings.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Or people are going to
And then
wake
they-
up on
and then they-
Saturday like, oh, I need some bets, man. I can't watch college football without money on it. And then they're going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, didn't Florida
Like-
just win?
like
How the hell
us.
are they catching double digits?
like us.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I got a lot of numbers, man.
he's a
I got
nerd.
numbers, man.
Numbers, man.
No numbers in this game. We'll just have some fun and watch it. Next up, this is the most interesting game of the week to me. Colorado, they're the number 1 team in the Big 12, just lost, and they play
Yep.
probably the
Yeah,
hottest
we
team
have.
on the planet, the Kansas Jayhawks.
Oh wait, before I say anything, I'm kind of stupid because we just talked about this game. I did take Florida plus 10.5. I'm looking at my sheet right now. I've ever done things. So
There was
I did
no way
take
he
Florida
didn't,
plus
dude. I thought he was going to be like salivating seeing the line and talking.
no, I took Florida plus 10.5. I'm just looking at my sheet now. I'm going back and forth. I don't have 2 screens. I normally have my screen here that has all my picks like written out on there of like this is what I have, and I'm going
Jarvis.
back and forth so I can't see it. And I went back to check to make sure I didn't have anything in this next game, and I do have. So I had it Florida plus 9.5.
Jarvis, unload the
My
Mega
notes-
Max on DJ Lagway.
And my notes say, gotta ride the Gators. Swamp is active. This is a huge letdown spot for Ole Miss after stomping all over Georgia 2 weeks ago. Only thing that concerns me is off a bye. And Lane Kiffin usually loses these games.
So it's exactly what we
that's
talked
my
about.
notes.
You just forgot to mention
Exactly
that you
what I
have
just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes me feel good that I didn't even look at my notes and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what makes me think, and I fucking took it anyway. So
Luke
yeah,
Weaver
Florida plus
thinks
9.5.
just like
My
Luke
fault.
Weaver.
This guy's incredible.
My fault.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? So next game, leave you on the edge of your seat. I wonder what it's going to be. Primetime leaves the Buffs in the Arrowhead, I'm pretty sure. Playing in Arrowhead again against the hottest team on the planet and Jaden Daniels, pretty much, because he took his powers like it's fucking Space Jam. The Monstars are Jayhawks right now. Anybody have a pick in this game? I have a pick in this game, but I kind of want to hear what you guys
I
have
do.
a
I
pick
also
in
have.
this
I have a
game.
pick in this
Oh
game.
my! There's no way this is a threesome.
Hold on. Who wants to go first, Luke?
There's no way this.
I'll go first. I have Colorado minus 2.5. This is. I mean, I think this is where the ride ends for Kansas. This is where it's gonna kind of all. It was cute. Yeah, like they had 2
Cute.
big games. It was nice. But Colorado's fighting. That throne's open. That Big 12 throne is wide open, and it's for there to take. And I think they know what's on the line. Colorado's not the Colorado from last year. The only loss what they had was Nebraska, and
They got mollywopped, which is crazy to think about.
yeah, they
by the way.
did, which is wild. But yeah, I think this is Colorado's game to lose, as the past couple games have been for the teams that Kansas have played. But yeah, I think 2.5 points kind of makes me feel good about where it stands. Of like, if they're gonna win, I would imagine they're gonna win over 2.5 points, and I got to imagine that they're gonna win this game. So, but it also leads me to that spot of like Kansas has nothing to lose and Colorado has everything to lose. So, one of those weird games. I saw a little smirk peep out of Hawk's face just now, and he like, listen, I know what his.
Okay, Sam, you go first because I
Yeah.
know you have the same pick as Weaver.
Yeah, I'll blow the cover. I have Colorado minus 3. I got a little late, but I feel the same way about it, Luke. I actually don't think it's they have everything. They have nothing to lose. Like Colorado doesn't have nothing to like. I know they have everything.
They have everything to lose.
They have everything to lose, right? But this is their spot. Like last year, they were a joke. People laughed at them. And if they win this game, it's going to be by at least a field goal. There's I
The
don't
only
think
thing
there's
that makes
any.
me nervous is every time me and Sam take a pick together and Hawk takes opposite, we always fucking lose. We always lose.
You don't know what I have.
We got to get some numbers on that.
I have
dude.
Shadur Sanders over
You do.
499.5 passing yards. No, I don't, dude. That's not even legal in PA.
I was like, what?
You can't bet
Yeah.
on college football player props in PA.
He's riding with Kansas.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, minus 3. I feel great about it.
I got the Jayhawks plus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dude, they are hooping, man. Like, and I think people forget they were a top 20 team to come into the year.
They were.
They started really slow because they lost their offensive coordinator. He went to some school called Penn State. I don't know. I think they lost their DC also. But they are playing really high level football right now. Their run game looks unstoppable right now. And Colorado, not a great run defense. They're good pass defense because they have these high flying corners. Travis Hunter gets credit for he's going to win the Heisman because he caught an interception off a deflection last week. Look, he had like 3 great plays, and everyone keeps talking about the interception, which wasn't even him. Just show the play where he jumped up over 2 people and caught it, and no one would get mad. But I think they're going to be able to run again. I tried to do this a couple weeks ago with Texas Tech, and Colorado came out really slow against Texas Tech. And it's kind of a market high for both. So I can't really say that. But I think that Kansas team is playing how we thought they would at the start of the year. I think they're 4-6, so they're still playing for bowl eligibility. They're not playing for you're probably not going to see them just say, "Oh, we're playing well. We played well the last 2 weeks. Let's just give up." They're still playing for something. So there's still that motivation.
Bowls don't mean shit anymore, man. Unless you're making a New Year's 6 bowl, every team, every player who fucking doesn't want to do anything is sitting out, hitting the transfer portal.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Bowls don't mean shit, man.
Yeah, well, bowls don't mean shit to you because Auburn's not making one.
Bro. Every year we just make the fucking Outback Bowl and then lose to like Wisconsin, and we fucking move on.
You're not even in
So
the
you just
toilet
don't
bowl.
like bowls because your team loses them anyway.
No, bowls don't mean anything, bro.
No,
Bowls
they
don't
do
mean
to
shit.
these older guys that aren't going to be NFL. Like Jalen Daniels, we don't think he's probably going to be an NFL guy. He played at Kansas for a while now. He probably loves the school. They love their coach. They want to play more. It does mean
They're
something.
gonna go down to like fucking New Orleans and play in
Just
like a
because
Baton
you
Rouge
shit
or
talk
playing,
it
like,
and
a
make it
fucking
sound
Mardi Gras
bad
game.
That'll
doesn't
be
mean
their
that people
Super
don't
Bowl.
care.
That would be their
Doesn't
Super
mean
Bowl.
that. Plus, you don't think teams are a little extra motivated to play against Colorado? Just
Maybe, but I'm saying
just a little
maybe.
bit. And this team's playing high level. That Colorado's where we thought Kansas would be. They're a little motivated to knock them back down to their level. They're playing high level football. They can run that damn rock. Jalen Daniels is throwing the rock. He's got a hose on him, and he's got a strong arm. No, I'm kidding. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think that's going to be the difference. And their defense isn't that bad either. So give me them +3. I think they cover the +3. I think they might win outright, but I don't know. Let's move on. Oh, is it that time, fellas? Oh my God! Put your thinking caps on.
No.
We've got trivia. Trivia. So last week, I had 4 players from each of their favorite NFL teams, and I asked them what college they went to. And I realized we could do that for probably 3 weeks, and then we'd run out of players. So I changed it up a little bit. Luke, why don't you state your full name, your favorite NFL team, and your favorite college team, just to remind the fellas and ladies.
Okay. My name is Michael Luke Weaver. Born and raised Little Rock, Arkansas. 5'9", 180 pounds.
Brute force.
My favorite NFL team is the New Orleans Saints, and my favorite college football team is the Auburn Tigers. But first and foremost, I'm an Auburn Tiger. That's my team, no matter what. I would rank my favorite teams. It goes in the order of the Auburn Tigers, any sports possible,
And then it's fantasy team.
and then the Saints. And then I would say the Grizzlies, and then my fantasy team, and then the Grizzlies.
That's crazy.
All right, Samuel, go ahead.
My name is Samuel Ignatius Spadea.
Hey now.
6'3", 240 pounds. My favorite NFL team is the Eagles, and my favorite college team is Penn State Nittany Lions. We are
Penn State.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So this week I have 3 trivia questions: an easy one, a medium one, and a hard one, of course. And the trivia is focused on your college team.
Oh.
And then at the end, I have 1 player from each of your NFL teams, and you're going to tell me what college they went to, just because I thought it was fun last week. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Rip off.
I'll go first. Oh,
Nope.
nope. Sam's got it.
Sam's got it. Sam's got it. All right, here's the easy one. The Big Ten has a wide variety of nicknames in their conference.
Mhm.
3 schools even have nicknames that have direct references to either their state or the surrounding area.
Oh my gosh.
What are they?
My God, dude. Hold up. Wait. Repeat the question. Is it like it's just the state?
What 3 schools, their nickname or mascot? So like the Auburn Tigers. I'm talking about the Tigers aspect of it.
Right.
So what 3 schools in the Big Ten in their nickname or mascot has a reference to the state or the surrounding area of their college? This is the easy one. So
Wait, their mascot.
yes. So
Okay.
use your head a little bit. Use the context.
I got one. I know one right off the rip for.
I'm just trying to get all
Okay.
3. I'm gonna rip them off.
No, you can do it slow. You don't have to do it all at once.
Well, I know
He doesn't know one.
I don't think it's definitely not. It's not Michigan.
He doesn't know one. He
You
doesn't
don't know what?
Stop it. It's not Michigan. It's not Ohio State.
He doesn't know one.
It's not Penn State because there's no actual Cougars up by Penn State except if you count the old women.
He doesn't know one.
Not North. Oregon got a lot of ducks.
No, there's a reference to the state.
I don't think I'm understanding the question.
There's a reference to the
Yes, you
state
do.
or surrounding area in the nickname or in
You're
the
so
mascot.
dumb. You're so stupid.
Luke, you go then. I don't. Understand.
I'll give him one. I'll give him one.
I'll give one. Let me give one.
Go ahead,
Let me
give one.
The Fighting Illini.
Oh.
Fighting Illini.
Illini are people from Illinois.
Oh yeah, no shit. But
What do you mean? That's one of them.
Oh my god. Okay.
There's two more.
He still doesn't know.
Here's a hint. You said one of them. Oh, guys. No, you motherfucker. Your team. It's the easy question. Your team's in it.
Oh, Nittany Lions?
Yes, Mount Nittany is the mountain at Penn State. What do you think
this
Nittany
is a
meant?
trick question. Indiana Hoosiers.
There you go. There we go.
I didn't understand the question.
I feel like I thought I described it
No,
pretty well.
I just didn't understand.
It's fine.
Like, I thought you meant, like, surrounding areas. So I was like, are there fucking Wolverines in Michigan? Like,
No, the Nittany Lions, because of Mount Nittany. The Hoosiers, people from Indiana. The Illini, people from Illinois. There we
okay,
go.
that makes more sense.
There we go. You went 1 for 3.
One for
One for
one,
three.
one and two.
Weaver also went 1 for 3, and it wasn't even his question.
I
Weaver,
understand.
here's your
I went
easy
for
one.
Because I didn't give it. I went 1 for 1 because I didn't even take a guess at the other two.
I know. I just wanted to make it sound a little better for him. Weaver, here's your easy question. 2 nicknames are used by multiple schools in the SEC. What are the nicknames, and which schools use them?
One is the Auburn Tigers, and the War Eagles. Is the second one.
No.
Is that what
Like
you- is that what
the
you're counting?
mascots. The mascots. When I said nicknames, I meant mascots. There are 2 mascots in the SEC that are used by multiple schools.
Oh, it's easy.
Oh, the Tigers, Auburn Tigers, and OSU Tigers, and the Missouri Tigers.
Okay. Yes.
And then you have the Texas A&M, Texas Longhorns, Oklahoma Sooners, Arkansas Razorbacks, Florida Gators, Georgia Bulldogs, Tennessee Volunteers, Vanderbilt Commodores. What the fuck? The Bulldogs? It's not the Razorbacks. It's not the Bulldogs. It's the fucking.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Brothers, these are the easy ones.
Alabama Crimson Tide, the fucking Ole Miss Rebels, Mississippi State Bulldogs, and the Georgia Bulldogs.
Correct.
There you go.
Well
Great job,
done.
Luke.
Well done. Well done. All right. Well, that was the easy one, and one of you got it wrong, and one of you
No,
took.
it's fine. I
18.
just had to get it. I got it.
I
just
know.
took me
I know,
10
you got it,
seconds
you got
to
it.
get
I didn't understand the question.
Sam, this is the medium one. You might get this right away, or you might not get it at all. I don't think there's going to be any in between.
Mhm.
Penn State is obviously the only Nittany Lions in the country.
Mhm.
However, Lions is a surprisingly underused nickname across the NCAA. Can you name one other school uses the Lion nickname?
Oh, damn.
I do. I know one, but I don't know if I don't know if you're thinking of the same one.
I know which one you know too.
No, I know exactly.
I'll give you points if you get 2. Also, I'll give you double points.
Oh my god.
So Weaver has 1 point right now. You have not.
Lions, dude. Didn't we had played them too?
But it's
5
technically
years
not
ago.
just Lions. It's something Lions.
No, I
is
know.
what
We
I
played
know.
them like 5 or 6
Oh,
years
also,
ago.
yeah, obviously branch campuses.
No.
So you
No, I
can't
know.
say that.
Penn State,
Yeah.
Abington Lions.
Penn State Harrisburg, Penn State Schuylkill.
Shout out Penn State Berks. Damn, dude. We played them.
Rad.
Did we not? Did we play them 5 or 6 years ago?
There's an easier one, man.
Nuh-uh.
Can I give you a hint? Can I give him a hint?
I mean, we're not thinking of the same one. I'm thinking of one that you're not thinking of.
I think I'm thinking of the
It's
same one as you
NCAA,
because
but
I think I know
it's
why you're.
NCAA, but it's FBS.
Oh, it's FBS.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're definitely not thinking.
Definitely
of the same
not.
one.
No.
No, we're not.
Give me a hint.
I'm pretty sure there's one in Cairns Conference. That's not a Penn State branch campus. So that's why I said you're either going to get it right away.
We're going to D3.
You could say
We're
any
going
level, because there's not that many.
Wait, any level that uses the Lions?
Yes, and not a branch campus.
Oh, I thought you were just saying like in D1 football. So
No,
I can
you could see it
any team,
any level, because there's not that many.
Jesus Christ.
There's not that many. That doesn't help you as much as you think it does,
dude,
except for one.
it doesn't. That one's hard.
It is hard, but I thought maybe you would know the one in your conference.
In my conference.
In Cairns Conference, I'm pretty sure. I Googled it.
Keystone
Google
Giants, Wilson, Phoenix, Cairn Highlanders, Valley Forge. What are they? The Patriots?
Yeah.
Clark Summit
Rosemont is like the Ravens.
No, Clark Summit's the Defenders. They
Yeah.
defend shit.
They're not even
right?
in school anymore.
Rosemont
Ravens.
Eagles. Or
The Ravens.
Rosemont Jayhawks, something like that.
They're the Ravens. I
Ravens,
just said that. They're
yeah.
the Ravens.
Shout out Rosemont.
Unless they lied to me, but I googled it.
Dude, this
Unless
is
maybe
hard.
they used to be.
Who I can't say the Detroit.
I know the
Lions.
United East gets it. The United East gets tricky because I don't know all the teams. The United East.
Penn. Is
No,
Penn
not
the
Branch
Lion?
campus. So no Penn.
Penn Institute.
I don't know.
Dude,
I think Del Val is a Lion, or are they like a fucking something different?
no, Del Valle isn't a Lion.
Okay, yeah, it is.
They are in our conference?
It is. It is in your conference.
Wait.
Can I say
Oh,
one that's not.
a
Sam
new
can't
school.
use.
Unless it's not in baseball.
Can I say one that Sam doesn't use? Is not going to.
Sure, go ahead.
The UAPB Golden Lions. They are the
Yes, that is
UAPB
one.
University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions.
Kind of a cheat code for him.
Yeah, okay. Wait, I'm gonna get this.
That's
Wait,
not
Are probably
FBS.
Black
Wait a second.
University.
Luke, who did we play that were the Lions?
I don't know if
Dude,
you
I don't
played them,
know.
but they're in your conference. I'm
For
looking
baseball or United East?
at United East.
It's United East.
Okay, so no, Gwen and Mercy's the Griffins.
Yeah, they're the Griffins.
Let me look at the baseball. Let me look at baseball.
All I'm thinking of is like Notre Dame and Maryland.
Notre Dame is the Gators. Is the Gators or the Crocodiles or something?
Holy shit, dude!
They're not in baseball
Hold on, but we
Yeah,
still
we
know
don't.
who else?
because they or at least they were in basketball.
Monmouth isn't the Lions, are they?
I don't think so.
No, they're like the Eagles or something.
I'm pretty sure not.
Bro, I give up.
All right. Well, the most well known one is Columbia University. So this is a hard question,
No idea.
It's Ivy
but
League.
I looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Bryn Athyn. Does anyone know Bryn Athyn College?
Bryn Athyn Lions. Yeah,
They are the Lions.
They kicked the shit out of our women's soccer team.
That's the one that maybe you were. I said you were either going to know it right away or you had no shot.
Soccer.
No. That was hard. That was actually probably should have been hard.
Yeah, you know what? The hard one might be a little easier.
All right.
I thought maybe. Well, it's because I thought you had a chance right away. All right, Weaver. Your next two questions are going to make you all warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh my god,
Okay.
these are layups.
I don't know if they're layups, but they're fun times for Weaver.
I just know ball.
2013 Auburn football has gone down in infamy for miracle finishes down the stretch, beating both Georgia and Alabama in inexplicable ways. Who were the main players involved in both of those plays? Bonus, who did Auburn defeat in the SEC championship that year?
Auburn defeated the SEC championship that year. They beat Missouri. The Missouri Tigers.
Correct.
It was their second year in the conference.
Correct.
2013 was Chris Davis returning the kick.
That's the easy one.
And the return and the catch was number 5. It was he played it.
Who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback?
The quarterback was Nick Marshall.
Yeah.
The running back was Trey Mason.
Yeah.
We had Sammy Coates on the team, who, fun fact, was also on the 2010 national championship team. The corner or the safety who knocked the ball free ended up transferring and playing at Auburn. The receiver
Who
that
caught
the ball was number 5.
It was. What's
number
his name?
5.
What's his name?
I'm thinking of the play call in my head because I have a poster
My
on my
God.
wall in my bedroom that
Say
has
my
the play
name,
call
say
written
my
out in the
name.
state of Alabama. Miracle and Jordan Heron, number 5. He was a receiver that was historically ass. Like, he was so bad, and he just...
Let me make sure I got the right name because I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I do.
Number
I hate to say it. I knew this one off the top of my head.
Dude, my question was hard.
I'm
bro.
sorry, dude. I thought you had a
Number
shot.
5. He
You said you wanted
bobbled it.
mascots. That was fun.
He bobbled it.
D3 don't got mascots,
He
man.
bobbled it.
That was fucked.
Texas A&M Commerce.
It's called, like, the Prayer in Georgia Heron. I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I have it on the tip of my tongue.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
Ricardo Lewis.
That
It's
is
Ricardo
correct.
Lewis. Ricardo Lewis.
That
is
is
correct.
correct.
Number
That is
5.
correct.
Ricardo Lewis.
That is correct.
Sammy Coates, Ricardo Lewis. I'm trying to think who else was on there because Sammy Coates caught the ball against Georgia when Nick Marshall faked the ball and
He's
ran
gonna
to
have a
the
shot on
line
the
of
hard
scrimmage, and everybody came crashing.
He's going to have a shot.
Fun fact about the Alabama and the kick 6 was that my mom and dad actually kicked me out of the house because every time I was standing in the house, something bad happened to Auburn. And then I actually did not get to witness the play live. I witnessed it as he was walking into the end zone.
I was at a retirement party in Ohio, and the only TV they had in the whole entire ballroom was a TV mounted above the entrance door in the lobby. So I was in the lobby for 85% of the retirement party just watching it completely by myself.
It's a great game. It was an
It
outstanding
was
game.
electric. Chris Davis was my favorite player to use on NCAA 13, man. He was.
Yeah, number 11.
I made him a
Also, fun
99
fact, on
overall and
NCAA
everything.
Yeah, on NCAA 13, Nick Marshall was the third string quarterback on the list.
Fun fact, Chris Davis gave up the game-winning touchdown in the national championship that year.
He did.
He did.
And that also pass interference was bullshit on Kelvin Benjamin.
Moving on, Sam. No more mascot questions because you can't understand them or you don't know them.
Bryn Athens Lions. Yeah, go ahead.
Penn State is the last team not named Michigan or Ohio State to win the Big Ten, taking down Wisconsin in the 2016 Big Ten Championship.
Okay.
I was at that game. Mm-hmm. The game-winning touchdown was a vintage McSorley to Barkley connection on that wheel route into the back right corner of the end zone. However, two unsung heroes played huge roles in the Lions' win. Can you name the receiver who secured two long receiving touchdowns or the man who made the game-winning stop on 4th and 1 on Corey Clement?
Okay. Barkley,
I don't know this.
Sorely. You said this was when we beat Wisconsin. That was
2016.
2016.
And Lucas Oil Stadium,
Damn,
Indianapolis.
wide receiver 2016.
Is that where the Big Ten championship was played every year? Is in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Can't beat Atlanta. Can't beat Mercedes-Benz Stadium, though, for the SEC championship.
And whatever, the Georgia Dome was better. Had more aura.
Yeah, it was.
You said Barkley 2016?
Yes.
That was the year we lost to USC
yes.
in the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
Because James Franklin is a bitch.
Some may say. Game-winning stop on 4th down, or a guy who
I'm thinking
scored
wide receiver right now.
Scored two touchdowns, long touchdowns. One right before the half, one directly out of the half.
I want to say a name, but I don't.
Did he play in the NFL? Did he have his outstanding career in the NFL? Like, did he
No.
no?
We didn't.
Nope.
Oh,
there's your hint.
It's not who I'm thinking.
There's your hint. It's the hard question.
Has there been any I don't know Penn State history. Has there been any
Godwin?
Chris Godwin was a Penn State.
Godwin, Gesicki.
Because the only notable Auburn wide receiver in recent memory is Darius Slayton, who plays on the fucking Giants. So I don't even know if he's still on the Giants.
Yeah, Godwin is one. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that I can't think of right now, but Allen Robinson. Duh.
Dude, I can't think of this shit like you guys do. I can't remember. I only remember two players.
Stuff, dude.
I asked this because I only asked questions I knew the answer to.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean,
the Penn State ones were easy. The Auburn ones, I got lucky because I thought I remembered it for the hard question. I thought I remembered the answer, and I looked it up. I was right, so I was really lucky. But
yeah,
I also just know ball.
I'm like some people can remember names and not numbers. I'm the opposite. I can. I saw that lightning.
Oh my god! It was lightning. Damn.
Man, I'm crashing here. So.
I can remember numbers. I can remember numbers because I can remember visuals. I can't remember names as well as I remember numbers.
I want to say.
I remember.
Bro, was that an atomic bomb?
Holy shit!
Did
you hear it?
Big thunder had fallen. I guess maybe. I don't know. I didn't.
Dude, it was rumbling for like
10 seconds. That was insane. All right, I'm gonna have to cut you down to 15 seconds. Either one.
Dude, it's a wide receiver.
I don't know either, but
I'll give you a hint. The guy who tackled on 4th and 1 was a cornerback, and he did play in the NFL. He wasn't good, but he did play in the NFL. He was a Giant.
I don't think
he also returned the game-winning touchdown on the blocked field goal against Ohio State in 2016.
Of course he did.
Penn State legend. Made two of the biggest plays in program history. 10 more seconds.
I went to wide receiver.
It's a hard one. It's really hard.
I feel like I know, though. I just don't want to say it and be off.
Throw a guess out. Throw a guess out.
No, because I think he was recent, wasn't he?
You can throw a guess. It's 2016, man.
Yeah, but I mix up the years, bro.
Throw a guess out.
No, you're going to laugh at me.
It's okay. Weaver won't. Unless you say Chris Godwin.
No, I was thinking Godwin, but no.
No.
It wasn't like KJ Hamler, no.
No, he's a little bit afterward.
Yeah. No,
and he played in the NFL a little bit.
I don't have it.
All right. The answer was number 13, Saeed Blacknall.
Dude, the whole time, because remember we talk about that, how he got benched for the first half of the USC game because of grades?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the first thing I thought was after Godwin, I was Blacknall, but I was like, no way, because he got benched all the time with grades.
Saeed Blacknall. Cornerback was Grant Haley.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have known that.
Haley's gonna run it all
I ruled out
back.
Blacknall immediately because he was a dumbass.
Yeah, so Grant Haley and Chris Davis, two of the biggest plays in each of their programs' history, both on field goal returns. Damn. How about that? Both corners. One a little bit better than the other one in college. But one, did Chris Davis even play in the NFL at all?
No, he got drafted as a corner. Or he didn't get drafted. He signed as a free agent. And fun fact, Nick Marshall signed as a cornerback and then did nothing and is, I think, playing in. I think he's doing courses online.
So Grant Haley had a better NFL career than Chris Davis somehow.
And also, Trey Mason fell off the map. He got drafted by the Rams and then never did anything.
Is he related to Jordan
Mason?
Mason?
So nasty. I don't think so.
All right. Well, I got one more. It's just a player on each of your rosters that you need to tell me where he went to school.
Okay.
Luke Weaver, Saints legend at this point. He has to be. But where did he go to school? Who am I talking about?
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about right tackle Ryan Ramczyk. Where did he go to college?
Ryan Ramczyk. Yeah, I believe it's a Big Ten school. Right or wrong?
No hints.
I think he went to Purdue. He went to. That's my final answer. Purdue's what popped out of my head.
Final answer?
Yeah.
I just realized I didn't do your hard question yet, but we'll just do this first.
Yeah. What's my hard question?
Sorry.
What's my
Well,
hard
we'll
question?
just do this first. Final answer, Purdue?
Auburn, if it's Auburn related, I want the. Yeah.
Incorrect. He was a Badger
Where do you?
of Wisconsin.
I knew it was a Big Ten.
You were
It was a Big
correct.
Ten.
You were correct. I figured you just assumed you were right when I didn't give you your hint. Sam, do we want to do Sam's player or do you want your hard question? Because I'm really proud of your hard
I want
question.
my hard question. I was waiting on my hard
All right,
question.
I'm really proud of this one. So I said it was fun for you because we're going to reminisce on some more good old days.
Yeah, not many. 2013, 2010 is what we have. Like
Auburn won the national championship in 2010 on the backs of a strong offense. Most people will remember quarterback Cam Newton's Heisman season, or even Michael Dyer's controversial run to set up the championship-winning field goal.
Little Rock legend, Little Rock Christian High School, transferred from Arkansas State, went back.
What many may forget is that these two began their careers at different schools well before the transfer portal began. Newton infamously came over from Florida after backing up Tim Tebow. What school did Michael Dyer transfer from?
Arkansas State.
Incorrect!
He transferred to Arkansas State. He went to Little Rock Christian High School.
There's the high school. He picked a guy from his hometown.
He doesn't know. It's a fun question.
Yeah, I know he went to Arkansas State after left after Auburn.
Yes. But where did he come from?
Did he go to Arkansas? No.
I was really proud of this question because I also knew it off the top of my head for some reason.
Cam Newton went to Blinn Community College. Michael Dyer he's from Little Rock, so I'd imagine he went to somewhere in the South.
Yeah, that was right.
Man, you gotta drink more milk.
I'm gonna go to Arkansas. I'm saying Arkansas.
Final answer.
Arkansas. Final answer. It's not right, but
incorrect.
Wow.
Yeah.
We stumped him.
We did it.
He went to Louisville.
Ooh.
That's right. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid that I knew that answer because there's a big picture of him all fucking swolled up and jacked when he's clearly on fucking steroids and he's in a tight Louisville fucking Adidas shirt and wear number 5. I fucking knew it, but yeah, I'm fucking so stupid. But whenever OC, one of our dearest friends, now UCF head coach, transferred to Arkansas State to be the head coach there, he left and went with him to Arkansas State.
But he came from the Louisville Cardinals.
And then he came back. Yeah, I'm fucking so stupid.
Well, that was a good run. Sam, final question. I don't know if you heard Luke did not get his player correct.
So
I hope you didn't just look at my phone and see the answer.
I can't read.
There's a lot of words on there because
Yeah,
I typed out the whole script.
I can't read.
I typed out the script of these trivia questions.
If it's not on a TikTok, I can't understand it.
Yeah, where's Family Guy when you need it? I asked Luke where his famous and talented right tackle went to school.
Oh, that's great.
He's always fucking hurt.
Ryan Ramczyk.
You should ask him a pending question.
So I'll do the same to you.
Right tackle.
Where did your extremely talented right tackle? You were a little worse than Weaver, so I gave you a little easier one. Where did Lane Johnson go to school?
Man, that's a while ago.
It's a big ass boy, big ass white boy. You know, somewhere in the Midwest.
Lane Johnson.
This is a while ago, dude. And he always says his like elementary school whenever his face pops up, so he never helps.
Lane
Oh
Johnson.
man,
Lane Johnson.
that's a while ago, right? That's gonna be like what, over 10 years ago?
Lane Johnson. Right tackle.
Right tackle is
Arguably the best in the league for a decade.
He's a big boy too.
Talented guy. Very bald. No hate.
Is it a weird? Is it Power 5 or
I'm
is
not
it
giving
weird?
you no hints, brother.
Oh, I don't know. I just want to say Alabama, but I feel like it's.
I googled it. That's the only reason I'm smiling.
Is it like weird?
No, don't tell him.
I don't know, dude.
Here's the thing.
I would say it's not weird. It's not weird.
I
It's
gave
not
I
weird.
gave
It's
him
not
Ryan
weird.
Ramczyk, and he went to Wisconsin, and it's not worse than that.
It's not
It's
worse
not.
than
It's not
Wisconsin.
weird.
It's not harder than that. Because you were worse at it last week, so I figured I'd give you an easier one.
Dude, this guy's been in the league
I was
forever.
close.
I don't know.
Can I give him the conference
No.
at least?
No. I would give it away.
Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. I just want to see if he can
Alabama.
guess. I just want to see if he can guess.
Alabama,
Same conference.
final guess.
I don't want to. Dude, now, Georgia.
Incorrect.
Was it Alabama?
Lane Johnson is a big old Oklahoma boy.
Oh, all right.
Went to Kilgore College.
Oh,
dude,
Going to
you
That was a
Oklahoma.
while ago.
sooner. All right. Well, we spent a lot of time on that because I think they're fun, and there's a lot of numbers involved. So obviously, I think they're fun. Let's jump right back into
I
the
was
game.
hoping you were going to ask me like who our 3 Heisman Trophy winners were, or when the last time we won a Natty that wasn't 2010 was.
Where's the fun in that,
I
man?
can tell you all 3 of them.
Yeah, where's the fun in that? You answering it right away instead
Can
of
you name Auburn? Can you name Auburn's 3 Heisman Trophy winners? 2 of them are pretty easy. I don't know. You wouldn't be able to name the third. Can you name 2 of them?
I mean, Cam
Newton.
and is it this century?
No. Legendary. Huge. Probably the best athlete in history.
Oh, Bo Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, and Pat Dye. But Pat Dye was like a nice.
Bo Jackson won the Heisman?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I didn't know that? I mean, I probably did. I'm just like
They
forgetting.
said best.
I think it's
athlete
because
ever.
I don't think Herschel Walker won. Did Herschel Walker win the Heisman?
Yeah, he definitely did. Eddie George. Oh,
He
I
won
was
the
just going to
Heisman.
ask who. I mean, does anyone know who won multiple ones?
I know who came runner up in multiple. Who came in second back-to-back years.
Who's that?
Darren McFadden, the University of Arkansas. He came in second in back-to-back years. Sam Bradford and Tim Tebow won both of those.
Who's the only one to win 2? Big Ten boy.
Old head.
It isn't.
Old head.
Big Ten boy.
It's a running back.
It is a-
Eddie George.
It is Eddie George.
Wow. Boy,
Oh
Luke.
boy. All right. Well, we spent a lot of time on trivia. Let's get back into the games. We'll go a little quick because I know we've held you up a little bit, but I thought we had some fun. BYU, fresh off their first loss of the year, has to go to Tempe, Arizona, play in the party school in the country. The Mormons travel to the
Sun
party
Devils.
central of the university world, and they're 3-point underdogs. What are we thinking, fellas? You backing your team again?
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm back.
I'm not.
You're not. I am. Plus
I'm
three.
not backing anybody.
+3 BYU. Their backs against the wall. Like if they lose this game, they're out of playoffs. It's as simple as that. They're not going to let that happen. Arizona State is a good team, but I think BYU, they put the pieces together. They have to win this game. If they lose, a good captain goes down with a ship. I'll go down with them. But I took them +3. It's all or nothing this game. They lose this game, they're done. Their season is on the line. Do you think these guys aren't going to play with their balls to the wall? Season on the line as the last bid too. Beating a ranked team would almost solidify that spot. BYU.
I don't know.
+3.
Shout out my boy Prince Dorba, outside linebacker, number 32 at Arizona State. Hopefully we can get him on the pod next year. Hope
That's
you have a
an
good game. I know
electric-
you're listening.
Yeah, he can hop on the
Yeah,
pod and
Prince
discuss
Dorbov.
how he just beat BYU last year.
Yeah, he went to Texas. He went to Texas and then transferred to Arizona State. Not for this season, but for the season prior. So I'd love to have him on and ask him about the turnaround for the program. But I don't have anything for this. I know it's a big spot. I know it's a big spot for Arizona State to play a little bit of a spoiler this week. I don't really know how it's going to play out. Is it? It's at Arizona. Is it a late game? Is it like a 10 o'clock start?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless it's
know.
a Friday. Unless
I
it's the
don't
Friday
know.
Through
game.
the late
No, it's a
night.
Saturday game.
I don't
I'm
know. I
leaning
don't know.
Arizona State.
I'm leaning Arizona State. Yeah,
I am. I must say.
I'm leaning Arizona State.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Oh, it's a 3:30 game.
What's the
actually.
total in that game? What's the total in that game?
Sam?
Total is
Oh, I see it. I see it. 48.5,
48
which
and
seems
a half. That's a
wildly low for a
That's
college
very
game.
low. I'm leaning Arizona State, but I might just stay away. I don't know enough about Arizona State. I just know they mollywopped my bet last week, so I gotta kind
It's
of.
a lot of great games. There's a lot of great games this weekend.
Yeah, but next game, really sneaky spot for the boys in blue and white. Penn State on the road, Minnesota, fresh off. What happened last week? It all blurs together. Oh, we beat the shit out of the worst team in the Power Four. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tyler Warren actually just dropped his nutsack on, like, it was like dropping your nutsack on someone who's like 85 years old.
Yeah.
Purdue's actually terrible, unfortunately. No offense. Maybe a little, but definitely no offense, I'll tell you that.
Who do you think would win in a game, Purdue or Kent State?
Purdue would beat the living shit out of them, let's be honest here.
You think?
Dude, Kent State is so bad. I say they're the
Who's
worst
best
team in
team
Power
in the MAC
4.
right now? Who's the best team in the MAC right now? Ohio? I know they played tonight.
There's another
I know
team that's
Ohio-
better. Who is it? Oh, no.
Toledo?
Is it Toledo? Damn, I can't remember. Hold on.
I think Western Michigan.
Western Michigan did they just lose to Central Michigan, or did they?
No, Ohio's first in the MAC. They're standing.
It is
Ohio
Ohio?
stands as the first in the MAC. They're 8-3.
Miami of Ohio is.
Do you
first.
think? Are they both 8-3?
My
Because right now I'm staring at ESPN and it says first in MAC.
well, Miami of Ohio is 7-4, but they're 6-1 in the conference.
So is Ohio as of tonight. They're 6-1 in the.
Oh, they just won
6-1
today?
in the, yeah, they won.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Who'd they beat?
Toledo 24-7.
Okay, well,
Toledo
anyway,
24-7. Do you think Ohio would beat Purdue right now?
no,
No? You don't think anybody in the MAC would beat Purdue?
no.
Miami of Ohio.
Why?
The Red Hawks?
Dude, just because Purdue's so ass.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're talking about the.
Dude, they're so
Anyway, we're talking about the MAC and Purdue way too much when we could be talking about the Nittany Lions going on the road to Minnesota, 12.5-point favorites. I think it might be down to 11.5. What do we think? I'm not betting on this game. Luke, I think you have a pick in this game, so why don't you tell me what it is?
Yeah, I have. This is my stinker pick of the week. It seems like the sucker pick too, but I took Penn State minus 12.5. Minnesota has been playing spoiler kind of a lot this season, of kind of like keeping games close where they really don't belong to be close. So I think Penn State's gonna win. I think it could be close, but at the same time, I think James Franklin's kind of in that locker room right now, man. Saying, like, he's definitely a guy who's on the Twitter. He's looking at what people are saying for sure, and so he's definitely seeing strength of schedule BS, yada yada yada. He's saying we got to put these guys on the ground and leave the foot on their throat. So I think that they're going to come out and just. I mean, it's at Minnesota too, which could get interesting, but I don't think the Golden Gophers really show out like that at home, so I don't think it's going to necessarily matter that much, but. Yeah, give me Penn State minus 12.5.
Yeah, Franklin does cover those big spreads too. That's the one thing he's good for.
Yeah, I don't know. I just every time we play Minnesota, it's a sloppy game. I think last time we played them, went to OT.
No, I think we beat them at home pretty handily, but it was
Oh,
the year.
second
It was
delay,
the year after we lost to them on the road
Yes.
as like the number 3 team in the country, which that game made me want to die.
Yeah, same thing with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's sloppy, but anytime Franklin gets points, he doesn't come anywhere close. Anytime he's given a ton of points, he just hammers it. So we're fans, so we're gonna stay away. I'm not nervous. I just hope they come out and take care of business.
Side note, sidebar: Tyler Warren needs to be invited to New York for the Heisman ceremony. He doesn't need to win, but he needs to be invited. If they invite Dylan Gabriel over Tyler Warren, I'm gonna cry. Or Jackson Dart, or Jalen Milrow. I'll explode.
I would be upset.
I'd be really
Jackson
mad.
Dart and Jalen Miller. I wouldn't be upset. Super upset with Dylan Gabriel, but
Yeah, but it's also
invite
just because he's
you gotta invite. You gotta invite the quarterback to the number one team in the
why?
country. You have to always
Why?
invite
That's
him, dog.
lame.
It just happens. It happens every year. It happens every year.
Lame.
Just let it fall in line.
Lame. But we'll move on. It's enough Penn State talk. I don't want to jinx them. Oh no, I didn't even think about this. The troops. The troops are facing the Irish. But they're not the Air Force.
No.
Give me Notre Dame minus 14.
Oh, terrorist. He's a terrorist.
I'm not a terrorist.
He is a terrorist.
I just love the Air Force.
I'm not betting. I'm not betting this game, so I love the troops, but I don't love them enough to. Even though shout out my dad who was in the army. I do not have anything in this game.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I was gonna go with Army because I feel like 14 is a lot, but I think a couple of
I don't know enough, but I don't know if this season is just like fluky for them.
right, and you don't know if a couple explosive plays because Army's gonna try and grind down that clock and play physical football, but you don't know if a couple explosive plays and 2 stops, and I think that 14 isn't enough points.
Yeah, they Army throws the ball a little bit more than they usually do, which is why I think they're a little bit better than they usually are. But Notre Dame's pass defense is the strength of this team. It's been the strength of this team. Their secondary is elite. So I think they'll be able to shut down any sort of passing attack that Army has. And so that limits Army to a strictly option team. And Notre Dame played an option team this year. They're called the Navy. And Notre Dame won by
dog walked them.
more than 14, I'll say. I don't know the exact score off the top of my head.
I think it was like 56-14.
It was a lot.
Was the final score.
It was a lot. So I think honestly, Notre Dame knows that they're playing to stay in. They're playing for their lives because they lost to NIU earlier this year. They can't lose this game. They're at home. I think the Navy game was in like Baltimore or something. So now they're playing a team that they're going to try to put in a similar corner at home. I think they're going to show up and they're going to show out. And love the troops still. Shout out Paul Skeens. But shout out to Sam Ruda, too.
Sam Ruda.
Shout out to Sam Ruda. Army.
Hey.
Army baseball.
Well, no, Casey Rother was there, but he was runner-up to Player of the Year a couple times. Casey Rother.
Yeah, Robbie Bucher was there, too. I played with him in Notre Dame.
Shout out the Patriot Conference.
Yeah. But we'll move on. And we'll talk about the best team in the land. The best damn team in the land. Your Auburn Tigers.
Oh boy.
They get the Texas A&M Aggies at home.
Yeah.
And what
At night.
and what's that spread? Auburn's only 2.5-point underdogs?
It feels like some South Carolina shit here.
It's feeling
It feels a lot like
my tummy feels a little warm and fuzzy. And I'm not
I will say I'm fading my happiness, but I'm taking Texas A&M minus 2.5. Auburn has no business being 2.5-point dogs in this game. There is no reason. The only reason is because Peyton Thorne was on fire last week against a ULM. They fed Cam Coleman the ball, which I think they're going to try to do, and I think Texas A&M's secondary is going to struggle a little bit, having to hold up with KLS, and now that Cam Coleman's coming into form. But, dude, it's Peyton Thorne, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing? There are some murmurs of kind of getting Walker White a little bit, and he got in his first snaps in the game against ULM, but they're not going to throw a freshman or any other quarterback in a Griner or whatever his fucking name is. They're not going to throw any of our backup quarterbacks in that situation. Peyton Thorne sucks huge balls. But the only thing that I'm going to say here now, and you can say this about like any other like top 10 places in the country to play, playing at Jordan Hare at night is a fucking struggle. You ask any of those major, like any quarterback that has played on a team that's played as close at night, like Jalen Miller always come out and said it. Aaron Murray always came out and said it playing for Georgia. Who was the fucking dude who had the smoking hot girlfriend in Alabama who's playing in the UCF now? What's it? I can't remember.
the Bengals guy, AJ McCarron.
Yeah, AJ McCarron. Dude, everybody says like Jordan Hare has something in the water. Like it's like it's wild, and it feels like it's a South Carolina spot here all over again. They're definitely going to be doing the swag surf with the fireworks going off of the scoreboard and shit when we're probably going to be either close or tied going into the fourth quarter, but Auburn has no reason to be 2.5-point underdogs in this game.
I will say, you say it's a South Carolina spot, but I think South Carolina would beat the brakes off of Auburn on a neutral field.
They would, and I have no problem saying that.
I know. That's the only thing that gets me is that, like, here we are, and they're getting the
But it's
same
the same
spread.
spot. It's the same spot.
I know, but it's
the
different
same
caliber
spread.
team. I understand. Yeah.
Right.
That's why it's so iffy for me. Sam?
I stayed away. I don't want to go anywhere near the.
I can't wait to watch this game, but I'm going to fucking. My wife has me going to look at Christmas lights on Saturday night, and I told her I'm gonna have my phone. I'm gonna be just dialed in.
Shout out the wife.
Shout out.
I'm leaning Auburn, man. I'm leaning Auburn. I'm looking at the Tigers.
If it got to 3.5, then I'd be.
Yeah, if it hits 3, I'm gonna be.
I'm sure everybody in their mom has looked at the sports book and been like, "What the fuck?" And then everybody's gonna hammer Texas A&M in the morning, and then it's gonna go to 3.5.
Yeah, but who knows? Who knows?
Who knows, man?
Last game of the day.
Also, we're on our third string kicker.
Oh, special teams.
Special plays.
We're on our third string kicker.
Right.
McPherson's little brothers had some sort of stomach problem all year and can't kick a field goal, and our freshman can't kick a field goal.
Do you say McPherson's little brother? Yeah, he's probably sick from watching his brother kick field goals on the Bengals.
He has like Crohn's disease or something, so he can only kick extra points.
I apologize.
You're a dick.
I do apologize.
He can only kick extra points, and then we had a freshman in who had missed every field goal known to man, and then we put our third string in, and he nailed everyone against ULM. So,
all right. Well, this is the last game on the docket for us. Let's make it a quick one. I think it's a laughing spot because LSU, they lost, their season's over, and now Vandy comes to town. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Vandy waltzes into Death Valley and beats LSU?
There's no shot.
They're gonna win, bro. They're gonna win.
Wouldn't that be just electric? I don't know. What's the line on this game? I'm seeing 8.
I don't have anything in this game, but
I don't think any of us have any in this game. I think it's just fun.
I don't. It'll be fun to watch, though.
Vandy's gonna win.
Vandy's
gonna win.
It would be goddamn hilarious if they win this game, man. Does Brian Kelly get fired on the way to the tarmac if they lose this game?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know.
He's getting a call.
You gotta shift as much blame. You gotta shift as much blame on him, though. As you gotta shift blame on Nussmeier too. So
yes, but the coach is always gonna catch some flack.
Like I said, Brian Kelly and LSU program is like trying to mix oil and water. Like it's just not. It was never meant to be.
Yeah.
Ever since he showed up to that basketball game and had a fake Southern accent, the second he stepped onto the campus, you knew it was bad news.
Yeah. Or he did that TikTok dance with the recruit on the spinny camera thing.
Yeah, dude.
But all right, well, that does it for the big games that we really wanted to touch on and the trivia. Obviously, the fun trivia. Someone else say it was fun.
It was awesome.
Was I the only one that had fun?
I loved it. I loved trivia.
But we'll move on. Sam, run me through the rest of your picks. I know you got at least 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I got 3 more.
Oh my!
Texas Tech, I really like them in the spot against Oklahoma State. They're minus 3.5. I jumped on it. I think it might go up to 4. Texas Tech, I would probably rank them over Missouri any day of the week. I think it's, like we said, a disgrace that Missouri's in the ranking system. But I took a minus 3.5. Boise State, big spread, minus 22.5. They're playing Wyoming. Gentie's going to have 3 touchdowns and 200 rush yards. He's going to run all over them.
He's got more than 200.
Yeah, he's going to be incredible.
Gonna give up 40 points and win by 6.
And then the last one is another big one, but Alabama minus 13.5 against Oklahoma. Oklahoma has been a train wreck all year. Alabama's going to come out, put belt to ass just to secure a playoff spot.
It's minus 14 now. It's minus 13.5 for 14.
I took it at 13.5. They're going to beat the ever living shit out of Oklahoma. It's going to be ugly. You're going to see a 52-14 game. That's it for me.
Luke,
some light.
Yeah, I got one more. I got Nebraska minus 2.5. Both of these teams, whoever wins this is coming out bowl eligible. Nebraska is going to have a home field.
I thought that doesn't matter.
It does matter. College football is the only time where home field advantage.
No, I thought getting to a bowl doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but that's just one of my. That's just
such an asshole.
But Nebraska home field advantage is going to take over. I know they have the longest sellout streak in history, which I think is a lie. But I think it's like I said, I think a couple calls go their way against USC. We're looking at a whole different ball game and last week, and I think they're a better team than they've played out to be. They're missing a couple key players, and they're going to be a good team come next year and the year after. But yeah, I think they're going to take care of business against Wisconsin, and go move on to bowl eligibility.
All right. Well, sorry, I'm throwing in one of my bets right now. I thought I put it in earlier. The line didn't move, luckily. I'm putting it in right now. I'll start with that one. I got UCF minus 2.5. They've been kind of my dogs all year for some reason. Minus 2.5 at West Virginia. West Virginia is a dead team. They just got steamrolled in the second half by Baylor. That game was crazy, by the way. I think it was like 35-28 at halftime.
Mhm.
The game ended like 49-28 Baylor. Feels like a game. West Virginia kind of moved on. Their run defense is not great. And like I've said multiple times on this show, that UCF run game is lethal if you get it going. RJ Harvey, very underrated running back. He is uber talented. The only way you beat them is the same way that BYU beat them earlier this year. You get out ahead and you force them to throw the ball down the field. If you let them get that running game going with a lead, you might as well wrap. It's barbecue chicken from there. Next up, this is my last pick actually. It's a little ugly. I got Northwestern plus 11 at the Big House.
Oh,
It's a look ahead spot for Michigan. They go on the road to Ohio State next week, obviously. So Northwestern's not great, obviously, but they did just cover at Ohio State. Now they go to Michigan with that look ahead spot. Low key, their pass offense has not been that bad the last few weeks. I think they'll do just enough to cover this spread at plus 11. They're probably not going to win this game, but I do like it at plus 11. Shall we get into dogs of the week? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll lead it off. Let's take the first swing at it. I'm actually fading Sam. I'm going to go Oklahoma State plus 140 versus Texas Tech. I don't really know why. I didn't really like any other dog of the weeks.
He didn't have one until you said it.
that's crazy.
No, I had it locked in, but
The ultra fade.
I was originally going to pick Florida, and it's like plus 300, and I was kind of like, Florida's definitely not going to win that game. They could, but probably not. And I think Oklahoma State and Texas Tech is kind of like a small town rivalry that they have. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think either team could really coin flip game almost. I mean, it's only 140, so it kind of is close to a coin flip, but yeah, that's my dog.
I have a weird feeling Sean might have the same thing as me, and I kind of feel bad.
It's not.
Okay, I have Boston College plus 124. My dog of the week. They're at home. They're bringing North Carolina in. North Carolina that hasn't really had any solidifying wins. It should make them a 3. This game should be a pick 'em. I have the utmost confidence in Boston College. They've been playing some good games. Beat Syracuse. They look good. So I'm rocking with them, and it's getting late in the season too. So they could go out with a bang. Say, hey, we beat a pretty decent team. North Carolina beat Syracuse. And I like them. Dog of the week plus 124. Boston College.
I was looking at them, but they are not my pick. But I
You
will
like
say,
it?
I do like that pick.
Okay.
I usually save talking about my dog of the week until the end. So I usually have a pick, and my dog of the week is usually the same pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I went a little different this week. I talked about it earlier, and I'm taking the goddamn Jayhawks. They're beating Dion. They're going to be my little wagon that could.
Wow.
They're running the table. They're making a bowl game, and they're going to enjoy that damn bowl game because it means something.
Yeah, Luke. Jackass.
Just because Auburn's going to lose to Bama and not make one. Probably lose by 1, but yeah, Jayhawks, run game, Jalen Daniels, Devin Neal. Arrowhead, man. It's a different beast, man. You know how loud it gets there? I know they only going to fill it like 10%, but it gets loud, man. No, but they're on fire right now. They're playing like the team we thought they were. I'd love to know what the line was for this game before the year if there was one.
Probably was looking at 12 to 15.
Kansas minus 7 at minimum. Yeah. Now we're all the way flipped all the way around to Colorado minus 3, and Kansas is playing the football that we thought they would be playing all year. Their run game's clicking. It's getting devious. It's deep in the season. It's where shit happens, man.
It's prime time.
I think shit's gonna happen. I did fade you both on that one.
That's okay. We'll live.
We'll have some fun. Last time I did that with my dog, UCF got boat raced by BYU. So it's we give and we take here. But that's gonna do it for us. Couple things. Follow the Twitter. We're gonna have some later plays put in. This is a weird
For
week,
sure.
so a little bit of extra analysis never hurt anybody. I guarantee at least two of us are gonna put late plays in. I don't know who the third is, but I'm just saying. So follow us on there.
Oh, yeah.
Luke, give me the ad on it.
Follow us on Twitter at not so hot takes two underscores. I'm sorry, and then follow the YouTube at not so hot takes, and takes ends with 2 S's.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for listening to everyone out there. We do appreciate it. If you could give us a nice rating on Spotify, maybe a like on YouTube if that's where you're watching. But either way, we appreciate you tuning in. Please gamble responsibly. Obviously, we're not geniuses.
We're due for a Maddie comment soon. Maddie hasn't commented in a handful of episodes,
Shout out,
so we're
Maddie.
due for one soon.
Yeah, she didn't even text me about her shout out last week. So
That's crazy.
yeah, maybe
She didn't listen.
yeah. No, we don't know that. She probably just fell asleep while listening because she could fall asleep to like war behind her. I swear to God,
So could I.
that woman can sleep. I'll give her that. But yeah, that'll do it for us. Enjoy the week of football. Just enjoy football, man. We don't have that much left. Don't get too caught up in your bets, man. Just if you're not enjoying football, then you're not doing it right. But thanks for listening. We'll see you next week when we all go 80-0 and we all move to Bora Bora.
We love the troops.
Shout out Paul Skeens.
Shout out troops. See you guys.